Open skies, jagged mountains, desolate mesas. This is a rough and tumble place where standing on your own 2 feet is not just a motto, but a simple fact of life. Skyler Howes calls St. George, Utah home. Since he was young, he's always wanted to race dirt bikes. It hasn't been easy to keep his dream alive. A dream to become the rarest of the rare, a factory rally racer.
Utah is home. I've traveled around the world, and everywhere I've been, I can't wait to come back here. And I grew up riding here, and when I was 2.5 years old, my dad put me on a 1974 motorcycle that I couldn't even touch the pegs or reach the levers. The only thing I could do was steer and hit the gas. Next Christmas, he got me my very first motorcycle that I could actually reach the levers and touch the ground on. And yeah, from that point forward, it was every single weekend we're going out to the desert or out to the mountains or somewhere to ride as a family and camp and just enjoy life on 2 wheels. Yeah, growing up here to be able to ride this terrain and just live in a beautiful place, I think has really helped me out in the long run as far as racing rallies and doing stuff long distance, just because I like the area so much. I spend so much time on the bike just having fun. So racing rallies, having an 8-hour day, 10-hour day, 12-hour day on the bike is not out of the ordinary for me. Something that my dad said, I don't know, when I was pretty little, he said, if you can ride here quickly and you can set up your bike and you can read the terrain and everything around here in Utah, you could be fast anywhere. When my helmet goes on, it's all business. Being a factory racer just doesn't come to anyone. It's a very rare thing to have. It's something I worked my whole life for, and I've said that a lot, but it's true. The day I realized that I wanted to race motorcycles, I wanted to be a factory racer. The hardest thing for me was always getting to the race. Once the racing started, that's when it was like, all right, the pressure's off now. Now I can just do what I know how to do. And I think that's what's kind of a game changer now. The focus goes into just having fun and enjoying my time. And where I enjoy my time the most is going real fast, down some roads and ripping through the dunes and going places that maybe someone's never been on a motorcycle before. And I think that's the greatest part of rally in general, and why I love what I get to do now is because it's just an adventure. My whole life has been all in. I put everything up for it. I would have come home from Dakar to nothing. To go from, bare bones effort and to have kind of a tough few years, really tough. And kind of go through that mental side of like, man, something I've worked my entire life for might not happen. I got a 9th overall result, and I was like, all right, top 10 at Dakar. Any other American that's done this has been on a factory ride or got one. Now's the time. And then it didn't come. I didn't get a single phone call. And it was a real heavy hit. And it was tough for me to accept that I don't have a strong career. I'm working a normal job. I work every day, and then I have to work on my bikes. I have to pay for my own racing. I have to figure my whole program out on my own. Now I have to gamble everything my entire life in order to go back to this race again and hopefully have a good result. I mean, everything comes down to this one race. And if you don't have a good result at this one race, if something happens, even if it's completely out of your control, that's it. You got the whole rest of the year to try and figure out what you're gonna do. And to gamble your entire life on that is a risky move.
I think he has a crazy amount of determination and drive and the dream, to keep the dream alive. This was a dream forever, and now he's doing it. The last 2 years at Dakar, everything's been an uphill battle against him 100%, with breaking his neck, and then with having to fundraise to go last year. It's been a lot of hard work, but in the day, we always talk about is, no one cares, work harder.
It's unreal the amount of just drive that you can have that just overshadows anything else. The craziest thing about Skyler is when you think that he's down and out, that tenacious determination just comes back in, and you can never count the guy out. I mean, doesn't have a team to ride for. He surrounds himself with people and makes a team. Doesn't have support. He figures out how to get support.
He's always had to do more with less as far as program, funding, the quality of bikes, how he's getting somewhere. So now he has a lot more, so we're going to see a lot more from him.
We're here in Barstow, California, beautiful Barstow. We've been here for 2 weeks. We spent a week in Utah, a week in Nevada, 2 weeks here. We've had pretty much every day spending roughly 8 to 12 hours on the bike. So it's been pretty intense. A lot of testing, a lot of training. But it's the life of a rally racer, Got to spend every day up super early, long day on the bike, and yeah, do that every day for at least a few weeks to get your body, everything in shape for the big race in January. Right now, I got this opportunity because someone really believed in me and put a lot of effort and money behind me. And that doesn't really happen for everyone. I got really lucky. So for other Americans to come in to even have a passion about rally and to try to race or have a future or anything in Dakar, I really hope that my results and the results of other Americans are going to kind of change that and open the doors a little bit more in USA to give more young kids the chance to come up and maybe get a shot on a factory team. So to be able to get more publicity, to have more American companies involved and interested in rally and see the kind of publicity that it can, provide for them. I really hope that what we're doing now plays into that, because then you have kids like Mason Klein. He's 19. He'll be the youngest motorcycler ever entered into the Dakar Rally, which is insane. And thinking of a 19-year-old taking on that big of a challenge is pretty crazy. I want to be able to win and put myself on that list of very few Americans that have been on the podium in general. And then I don't want to be the last one on that list. I want someone to come right after me and back me up. And I want that to continue. And I basically am trying to put myself into a position now where I can try to make that happen for other Americans. Everything that I've ever had has kind of gone into this. I mean, when I went to work, it was to pay for racing. When I go to the gym, it's to benefit my racing. When I ride my mountain bike, I love riding my mountain bike, but it's typically for the fitness to benefit my racing so I can ride faster on a dirt bike and longer. Every aspect of my life kind of revolves around what can I do that's going to benefit my time on the motorcycle and benefit my results.
Yeah, so going forward with preparation for Dakar 2022, I think Skyler's in a really good spot with the factory Husky team here. Is now he doesn't have to worry about if he's going to be able to get the train or the logistics of flights and fundraising, because the past 2 years he hasn't got to train before he's left. Last year, I think he only rode a handful of times. Maybe, I think the first December, mid-December was the last time he rode before he went to Dakar.
So after getting back from Russia and the Silkway rally, Skyler actually came by the house and we were chatting about it a little bit, and it's kind of funny to hear him talk about it because he talks about just how easy that type of racing feels to him. You know, it's a World Rally Championship, the best in the world, but compared to everything he had to go through in the US, consolidating funds and parts and whatever to go racing, that was really the stress of the whole deal. Now he just gets to show up and ride, and I mean, you saw he got second place at Silkway, so who's to say he's not going to win Dakar in 2022?
In rally, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, you're going to have mistakes, there's going to be trials and tribulations that come on that you can't control. And the only thing you can do is recover, keep moving forward, handle those problems as quickly as possible, get back on track and move forward. And that's it. I'm going out there to win, and they're expecting me to try and get those results also. And that's the game plan, is to put a Husqvarna on the top step of the box of the biggest race in the world.